Bonjour! So here we are again to continue the lesson on forming questions in French. In the last video, we talked about forming questions using intonation. This time we're going to talk about forming questions using est-ce que. So est-ce que, if you look at it, you should recognize the EST. What verb is that from? That's from the verb être. That's right. Okay? So est-ce, you see how there's a hyphen between it? That, in fact, is a subject and verb that have been inverted and switched around. When they're not switched around, they look like this. C'est. That's right. Okay? So c'est means it is. So est-ce means is it. Does that make sense? So when I say est-ce que, it means is it that. And that's a literal translation in English, but it can help you understand why it is that we use est-ce que to form questions, sometimes in French. So there are three ways to form questions. The first was intonation, the second est-ce que, and the third, which you'll see in the next video, is using inversion, inversion. So here we go. Let's practice using est-ce que. In order to use est-ce que to form a question, all you have to do is put it right at the beginning of the sentence. Est-ce que, and then it's followed by subject, and then a verb, and then whatever else happens to be part of the question. So let's just take the example, parler français. All right, if the subject that I want you to use in your question is tu, then you just put est-ce que in front of tu, and then you conjugate the verb parler in the tu form, and then you finish your question. Est-ce que tu parles français? Just means, do you speak French? Tu parles français? That's intonation. It means, do you speak French? Est-ce que tu parles français? That's using est-ce que, and it means, do you speak French? Just know that est-ce que is a little bit more formal, a little bit more correct than intonation. But both are very, very commonly used. All right, so now let's go through some exercises. The first exercise is going to be just forming questions using est-ce que. All right, so I'm going to give you the verb in the infinitive form and the rest of the question. And I'm also going to show you on the screen the subject that I want you to use in your question. So don't forget to conjugate the verbs. Don't use the infinitive form in your question, in other words. Okay, so allez, on y va. Numéro 1. Aimer la plage. Est-ce que vous aimez la plage? Numéro 2. Annuler la réservation. Est-ce que Bernard annule la réservation? Numéro 3. Manger au restaurant. Est-ce que les copines mangent au restaurant? Numéro 4. Retrouver des amis au café. Est-ce que nous retrouvons des amis au café? Numéro 5. Habiter à la montagne. Est-ce que tu habites à la montagne? Numéro 6. Aimer voyager en avion. Est-ce que tes parents aiment voyager en avion? Numéro 7. Arriver à la gare à l'heure. Est-ce qu'Antoine et Virginie arrivent à la gare à l'heure? Numéro 8. Voyager en première classe. Est-ce qu'on voyage en première classe? So how did you do with that? It's pretty easy, right? It's not so bad. All right, so now we want to practice still forming questions using est-ce que, but I want you to practice making the verbs negative. Remember, in order to make a verb negative in French, all you have to do is put ne and pas around the verb. Now, for this part of the exercise, I'm going to have you throw in a question word. And that question word is going to be pourquoi. Pourquoi means why. Sometimes we just want to know why. Now, if you are using a question word and est-ce que at the same time, then you need to put that question word at the beginning of the sentence. Always, when you're using est-ce que. D'accord? All right. So, for example, back to the same example, if I tell you parler français, and the subject that I write for you, that I want you to use is tu, I want you, in this case, to say pourquoi est-ce que tu ne parles pas français? Pourquoi est-ce que tu ne parles pas français? So remember, we're putting our question word, pourquoi, at the beginning of the sentence, follow it with est-ce que, and then your subject that I have written there for you, which is tu. Make your verb be in the tu form, so parler becomes parle. Make that verb negative. Ne parle pas français. Pourquoi est-ce que tu ne parles pas français? Why do you not speak French? All right, here we go. That's a lot to remember, so I'll go through it slowly. Numéro 1. Aimer la plage. Pourquoi est-ce que vous n'aimez pas la plage? Numéro 2. Annuler la réservation. Pourquoi est-ce que Bernard n'annule pas la réservation? Numéro 3. Manger au restaurant. Pourquoi est-ce que les copines ne mangent pas au restaurant? Numéro 4. Retrouver des amis au café. Pourquoi est-ce que nous ne retrouvons pas des amis au café? Numéro 5. Habiter à la montagne. Pourquoi est-ce que tu n'habites pas à la montagne? Numéro 6. Aimer voyager en avion. Pourquoi est-ce que tes parents n'aiment pas voyager en avion? Numéro 7. Arriver à la gare à l'heure. Pourquoi est-ce qu'Antoine et Virginie n'arrivent pas à la gare à l'heure? Et numéro 8. Voyager en première classe. Pourquoi est-ce qu'on ne voyage pas en première classe? That's a good question. Why are we not traveling in first class? I'd like to know. Okay, so good for you. Hang in there and come back for the next video and learn how to make one more kind of question, and that is called inversion. Allez, au revoir et à la prochaine fois.